I'm Nick.
I'm Tanner.
And this is a crazy story about Brightwell. Our blower stopped working in the heat, so we were like, you know what, we can fix this, blah, blah, blah. So we start messing around with the fuses. Well, our bus doesn't turn on after that. So we're like, what the hell? Like, what did we do wrong? You know, because it was literally working right before we messed it up. So we take it to this mechanic. Well, it was on a Saturday, so the shop closed at 12. So he's like, you gotta get a hotel for a couple days. So we did that. So he brings us to this, you know, it was a sketchy-ass hotel. He drops us off at our room. So he knows our room number. Next night, we're like chilling, drinking a little bit, playing poker. Well, we get a knock, and, you know, I look out the hole. I think it's like, I see the mechanic. I'm like, maybe maybe he fixed our bus on his off time, just hooked it up. No. He's hammered, and he asks us, he's like, hey, think I can use your room for a little bit? I wanna bang out my ex-wife. Literally, like, we did not know what to say. We're, like, sitting there, and, like, he sees, like, some alcohol, like, a couple little shooters sitting on the counter. He just takes one and just slams it. And then we're like, we still, like, you know, we're speechless. So we're like, we don't really know about this. Like, you know, he's like, well, I'll come back in, like, 10 minutes. And we're like, no, you know, no. And he's like, oh, you know, here's my number. Just call me. Let me know what's up. And then he just leaves. We tried to call him, he didn't pick up, so me and Vaughn, we walked down to Burger King, we come back, and we're walking back to the hotel, and next thing you know, I see this shitty van pull up to us, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, it's not this guy. And it's the mechanic with his wife, or ex-wife, and he's like, yeah, and I walk up there, I'm like, dude, sorry man, you know, you can't use our room, we're like, you know, that's kind of gross. He's like, what? I talked to other guys, and they said it was good. What the fuck is going on? Like, it's tripping me out. So we walk back to the hotel room, and he pulls right up in front of our room, like, before we, like, obviously get there, and he just starts making out with his chick in the front seat, and, like, me and Vaughn walk in the room, and we're like, what the heck, guys? What did you tell him? And they're like, dude, we didn't even tell him anything. I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, literally, he's, like, trying to use our room. And they're like, no. So, like, finally, like, someone manned up and walked out there, and they're like, hey, dude, no, we're not going to let you do it. And he's like, all right, I think I can find a park. Like, dips out, and then it was just, I don't know, kind of really weird situation. And he fixed our van the next day, surprisingly. Like, I didn't think he was gonna make it into work.
We were in Wisconsin at this venue that just has, like, bars all around it, so we just naturally end up, like, meeting some people that are, like, there, and just, we go and have a couple drinks. A bunch of drinks later, Vaughn is hammered, and this is, like, to kind of give you an idea of what's happening, like, this is after both Arvin and Vaughn went on stage and karaoke'd the 8 Mile from Eminem. So that was a real thing that happened.
Hang on, let me back that up. We get done playing, we can't find Vaughn. We're loading up all of our gear, Vaughn is gone. He was gone for about 45 minutes, and then he comes back to the bus, like, kind of, like, wasted, and he's like, dude, I'm just ready to go. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm ready to go. Next thing you know, he just walks off the bus and goes right into a bar. So I'm like, are you serious? And then this guy, like, Vin, he's like, I'm going to take him on too. So I see them, like, walk across the street into the bar, and I'm like, we're literally about to leave. And I walk in there, and they're dancing on the bar, like, doing Eminem, like, hands in the air, like they own the bar. And it was like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. Funny. You know, we drive to Walmart, because that's where we sleep every night usually. Well, Vaughn tried to go in the back of Walmart for some weird reason.
Somehow. I don't know how.
So I may or may not have been trying to break into the back of a Walmart. May or may not have been a little bit drunk. May or may not have been picked up by the cops. And
that happened.
They were really nice cops. I didn't get arrested. They just dropped me off back at the bus. I decided to go back into Walmart, and I met this really nice, like, 50-year-old lady or something like that. Asked her to bum a cig. And so I'm just chilling with her and I guess her husband or something. And, like, she's just, like, telling me her whole life story and stuff. And then, like, she gave me a bunch of donuts and some cereal and just dropped me, like, right back off at the bus. So
I was in Walmart, and then Nick yells at me after. He's like, dude, where were you? Like, this lady is just, like, banging on our door like, hey, we got your friend. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
And I was asleep for all this, so I wake up in the morning to, like, dude, you're not gonna believe what happened last night.